Hello. I apologize for my appearance. I've had a bit of a rough morning. I want to talk about one of my favorite series, the Stormlight Archive. One of my favorite. Um, the the next book, Wind and Truth, is coming out in December, and I want to kind of share this theory, kind of because it's on my mind and I want to talk about it. In Dalinar's visions from the Almighty, we see that he is transported to a place called Feverstone Keep, something similar to that. And he witnesses the Radiants abandoning their Shardblades the day of Recreance. They leave all their Shardblades on the field. The ones that have Radiant armor step out of it and abandon it on the field. And the people in Feverstone Keep kind of come out. They realize that these just horrendously destructive and powerful weapons are left on the field, free for the taking. So they take them. They fight over them. And as Dalinar is watching this, he kind of comes to the realization, hold on. I'm aware of maybe 80 Shardblades that exist in the world. There are several hundred here. Far more than really can be accounted for by the historical record. Later on, in Rhythm of War, at Adolin's trial, several of the Deadeye Spren, remember the Deadeye are kind of the Shardblades themselves. The Deadeye come to witness Adolin's trial. He is kind of standing in as a representative of humanity and the Radiants that abandoned their oaths. And he realizes, hold up, several of these are not disappearing. When a Shardblade is summoned into the physical realm, it disappears in the cognitive realm. So Adolin kind of comes to the same realization as his father. There are several unaccounted for Shardblades because they're not being summoned. Now, I believe that several of these unaccounted for Shardblades are being held by people. Surely some of them were lost to things like shipwrecks, people just kind of dying in unreachable locations, and just generally, I can name probably a million things that would cause one of these to be lost. But I believe these things are too precious for all of them to be truly lost. So, kind of the next thought in that train is, well, where are they? And I've kind of been thinking and I've realized, hold on. Risen, everyone's favorite Thaylen merchant, and Vestim went to Shinovar. And they met with a Shin farmer. Shin farmers are the top of their society because they only create things. They do not take anything away. So these Shin farmers, they pardon me, they have their bodyguards with them, the lowest of Shin society, the warriors. And in Shin society, if you're a warrior, you have lost basically all of your rights. You are bought and traded much like a slave. In fact, I would argue that if it weren't for Truthless, the Shin warriors would be the slaves of Shin society. These Shin warriors do not carry weapons. Now, you would think, yeah, the Shin do have a taboo against touching weapons. If you touch one, you become a warrior. However, I feel like once you've crossed that line, it makes sense to just carry a weapon. The only reason this farmer would have his bodyguards walking around unarmed is if they didn't need to be armed, if they were already armed, if they were carrying a hidden weapon, like a Shardblade. Now you might say something like, hold on, Risen didn't notice that this Shin farmer's bodyguards were light-eyed. And I would say, yeah, they were looking at the ground. She couldn't tell their eye color. That stands out to me. I believe there's a reason for that. More than that, Vistim attempts to buy a Shin warrior from this farmer. And the farmer says, no. Yes, they are for sale. They are not for sale to outsiders. Why would that be? I'm racking my head trying to think of any other explanation, but the only one I come to is these farmers do not sell their warriors because they are carrying something too precious to be sold outside of their nation. I believe that these are Shardblades. That's about it. I feel like that is, if not convincing, at least interesting, at least something to think about. And I'm hoping that maybe some people agree with me, and if Wind and Truth comes out and this theory is confirmed, I will be just absolutely delighted, and I hope you are too. Still very excited for the book. My ride is nearly here. I have a very long commute to work. Part of it is kind of being in this little scrub, this scrubby area, and waiting for a ride. So enjoy your day. I'm not quite sure how to end this, but see ya.